Hello, geometry students. Welcome back. And today we will be continuing the topic of solving right triangles. Now remember, previously we have solved right triangles using the Pythagorean method. So if you remember, in those cases, we are given two sides of the triangle, and we use the Pythagorean theorem in order to find the last side of the triangle. So in this example here, you would just put 4 and 3 into A and B, and then solve for C to find this side of the triangle. So today we are going to do something a little different. We will utilize our trig functions in order to solve a right triangle or to find a certain side of a triangle. So these questions are a little different than what we have seen before. So let's look at one. So here we want to solve for x using trig functions. So we want to find the length of this side of the triangle. And we are only given two things. We are given this leg of the triangle, and we are given this angle, which is equal to 65 degrees. So let's think about this. We have to utilize a trig function. So if you remember SOHCAHTOA, which side or which trig function would be appropriate here? We have this, which is the opposite, and this 7, which will make up the adjacent side. So you can probably see that the correct trig function to use will be tangent. So tangent of this angle, which we are given to be 65 degrees, will be equal to opposite, which is x, over adjacent, which is 7. And so now you can solve for x as if this were any regular equation. So we will start by multiplying by 7 on both sides. And on the left side, we will have 7 times tangent of 65 degrees is equal to x. All right, so now we are going to use a calculator in order to solve the left side of this equation. Now remember, very important, make sure your calculators are set to degrees. Very important. If your calculator is not set to degrees, you will not get the correct answer. So after you punch 7 times tangent of 65 into your calculator, you will get about 15.011 as your answer. So this is the length of this side of the triangle. Now you try one. Go ahead, analyze this problem. We are looking for x. We are given the hypotenuse, which is 5. We are given this angle, which is 35 degrees. So go ahead, take some time, give it a shot. Okay, so now let's work on it together. So again, we are looking at this angle. We're trying to find this side. We're given the hypotenuse. So which trig function involves this hypotenuse and this side, which is opposite of this angle? Well, the correct one will be sine, because sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So we have the opposite. So, well, first of all, this angle is sine of 35 degrees will be equal to opposite, which is x, over hypotenuse, which is 5. So now we will just solve like any normal equation. Start by multiplying both sides by 5. And on the left side, we will have 5 times sine 35 degrees is equal to x. Again, make sure your calculators are set to degrees. And once you put 5 times sine of 35 degrees into your calculator, you will arrive to about 2.87 is x, the answer we were looking for, this side of the triangle. Okay, so now that we have thought about this for a second, let's consider this. So I want you to do this problem on your own before you come to class again. Solve for x using trig functions, and then solve for y using Pythagorean theorem. So you're given all the information you need. You're given this angle, which will be 34 degrees. This side of the triangle is 8. I want you to solve for x using trig functions, and then I want you to solve for y using Pythagorean theorem. Now, I want you to, when you finish this problem, I want you to consider these two questions. Which method do you personally prefer? And more importantly, which scenarios best fit each method? I want you to think about this problem, about these two questions before coming to class, and we will discuss.